The Pollock Twins, a chilling case of reincarnation. Story of the Pollock Twins is one of the most haunting cases in favor of reincarnation. This eerie tale from Hexham, England, revolves around two sisters who appeared to carry the fragmented memories and fears of a past life into their current existence. The unsettling details of their case have puzzled paranormal researchers, psychologists, and skeptics alike, leaving behind an air of mystery that refuses to fade. Joanna and Jacqueline Pollock were born into a loving yet deeply religious family in Hexham, England. Joanna, the elder sister, was strong-willed, confident, and fiercely protective of her younger sibling, Jacqueline, who was more sensitive and clung to her sister for security. The girls were inseparable, as if bound by an unseen force beyond their earthly existence. But their time together was cut short in the most gruesome way imaginable. On May 5, 1957, as the sisters were walking to church with a close friend, an unhinged woman, overcome with despair from losing custody of her own children, deliberately plowed her car into them. The impact was catastrophic. Joanna, the eldest, was struck with brutal force, suffering massive head injuries. Jacqueline's fate was just as grim. Her skull was torn open, leaving a deep wound across her forehead. Her small body crumpled against the pavement. Their parents, John and Florence Pollock, were shattered, drowning in grief as they struggled to comprehend the violent, senseless loss of their daughters. John, however, held fast to an eerie certainty his daughters would return. He had always believed in reincarnation, and as months passed, he became convinced that this tragedy was not the end, only a macabre transition. A year later, Florence Pollock found herself pregnant once again. Medical scans initially suggested a single child, but as her belly swelled, the truth emerged: she carried twins. This in itself was an anomaly. Twins did not run in the Pollock family. On October 4, 1958, the twins, Gillian and Jennifer, entered the world, their arrival cloaked in an eerie sense of déjà vu. From the moment they were born, chilling signs pointed towards something unnatural. Jennifer, the younger twin, bore a peculiar birthmark, a thin, pale line on her forehead, in the exact place where Jacqueline's fatal wound had been. Another birthmark appeared on her waist, perfectly mirroring a mark Jacqueline had had in life. Gillian, in contrast, carried no such physical echoes of the past, but seemed to assume Joanna's more mature and protective nature. As the twins grew, the strangeness deepened. Fragments of a past life seemed to bleed through their innocent minds, manifesting in whispered recollections and inexplicable fears. Jennifer's birthmark precisely matched Jacqueline's fatal wound, as if her body still bore the remnants of a previous death. The twins, having never seen their deceased sister's toys, instinctively asked for them by name and claimed ownership of items they could not possibly have known about. Despite being raised in a different home, they described their previous house with unsettling accuracy, even detailing rooms and layouts that no 4-year-old should have been able to recall. When the family returned to Hexham when the twins were 4, they immediately recognized familiar places: the school their dead sisters had attended, a nearby park, and the route to the house they had never seen before. A deep, irrational fear of cars gripped them both. Jennifer, in particular, would recoil in terror whenever a vehicle approached, clinging to her sister in the eerie mimicry of Jacqueline's past dependency on Joanna. One chilling afternoon, Florence overheard the twins in hushed conversation. "The blood is coming from your eyes," one of them whispered. "That's where the car hit me." In another instance, they reenacted the fatal accident in horrifying detail. Jennifer clutched her forehead and screamed, collapsing to the ground as if reliving Jacqueline's final moments. Gillian played her role too, sprawled out on the floor, whispering about the darkness closing in. The twins displayed knowledge of the accident their parents had never shared with them. They spoke of the car, the impact, and the moments leading up to their deaths with a quiet, unsettling certainty. The twins' personalities seemed eerily inherited from their predecessors. Gillian was assertive and motherly, much like Joanna had been, while Jennifer remained dependent and anxious, echoing Jacqueline's more vulnerable nature. When presented with Joanna and Jacqueline's old toys, the twins claimed them without hesitation, correctly identifying them by name despite never having seen them before. They exhibited an unusual attachment to locations their previous selves had frequented, insisting they had been there before and growing distressed if their claims were questioned. At night, they spoke in hushed tones about events they should not have remembered, whispering about a world that no longer existed. The Pollock twins case has sparked endless speculation, leaving experts divided on how such eerie details could have emerged. Some theories include reincarnation hypothesis, a chilling possibility that the souls of Joanna and Jacqueline had returned, trapped in new bodies but carrying the burdens of a past life. Parental influence. Some skeptics argue that John and Florence, in their overwhelming grief, may have subconsciously influenced the twins into adopting their deceased sister's traits and memories. Cryptamnesia, the possibility that the twins overheard stories about their late sisters and unknowingly absorbed them as their own memories. Genetic memory, a speculative idea that certain memories can be inherited biologically, though mainstream science has yet to validate such claims. Psychological projection. Some psychologists suggest that the parents' longing for their lost daughters may have shaped their perception of the twins' behavior, creating an eerie but explainable illusion. As the Pollock twins grew older, the past life memories began to fade, as if the veil between their two existences was slowly closing. By the age of 7, the recollections had all but vanished, leaving behind only faint echoes of what once had been. They went on to live normal lives, but the mysteries surrounding their childhood lingered like a shadow. Dr. Ian Stevenson, a researcher dedicated to studying reincarnation, examined the Pollock twins case and classified it as one of the most compelling past life memory accounts on record. To this day, the tale of the Pollock twins remains one of the most unsettling reincarnation cases ever documented. It raises haunting questions about the nature of life, death, and the possibility that our souls might not belong to us alone. Whether a trick of the mind or proof of something far stranger, their story continues to send shivers down the spines of those who dare to explore the thin boundary between life and the beyond. I hope you found the details of this story as fascinating and unsettling as I did. You, mysterious, curious, intellectual, disturbed, beautiful people. My name is Penny Flick, with Kreep-ish. I look forward to sharing more of these stories that captivate and intrigue our minds, which can challenge our way of thinking. Comment on your thoughts below as I continue to uncover the mysteries of our history, true crime, paranormal, conspiracy, and cringe-worthy, creepy content. Until then, keep questioning, keep exploring, and remember that the truth is often stranger than fiction.